Hi, this episode is all about going through clearing, regardless of whether you made your grades or not, so that you can go to a different university that you didn't originally apply for before results day because you've had a change of heart about which uni you'd like to go to. To begin with, what was your situation in terms of why did you go through clearing?
Okay, so I applied to 5 unis like usual, all in like London or kind of like the south. Didn't want to move away too far from home. I just like living in my area. Um, Got into a uni on results day, the one I wanted to go to. Then just decided that I didn't want to move. I'd have had to move a couple of hours or to commute a few hours a day, and I just thought it's not what I was hoping to do at the time. I thought if it maybe a different time it would have suited, but I was quite happy. I was working at home, had a business at home. Didn't make sense to move away or to add another 2 hours of travel a day when there's literally a uni around the corner from my house.
Yeah.
Worth mentioning, I commute. Hearts has like 50% commuting, so it wasn't like I was going to be an odd one out.
Yeah.
And I'd been to Hearts once, hadn't even looked around on an open day, hadn't considered it at all really, because it's local. I thought I don't want to go that local.
Yeah.
For a day to the library on an A-level research day for history, and really liked the campus, but never really thought anything else about it. And then on results day, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to bring Hearts and see what they say. And there was one space left for my course when I rang.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's such an oversubscribed course. We had like 260 students, I think, in first year. So it's like massive. And I got in. So yeah, it was probably the best decision I made. If I look back now, the quality of the teaching, things I hadn't considered. I'd really thought about league tables before applying, like on UCAS. But you realise when you get to uni, it doesn't matter that much. Obviously, depending on your degree, mine's accredited by like the Royal Society of Biology. So that's like the main thing anyway. It's not like you need all the league table stuff when you've got like a really solid degree. So yeah, that's why I thought I'd go through clearing.
That's good. So your situation was going through clearing to change your, obviously, university. And some people
exactly cool
as well.
Yeah. I didn't think to change course, so I really like what I was doing anyway, but definitely a good option if people did A levels, didn't do too well in an A level, they thought they'd do a degree and then wanted to change, because obviously got a bit more flexibility in it. Clearing's made out to be you didn't get your grades.
Yeah.
They never mention the other routes. A lot of people just don't want to move, or they want to just go somewhere else, because you apply basically a year before.
Yeah. Like
you definitely might change your mind.
Yeah. Like you change, like your outlook on uni can change during that year because you do so much growing up, like in sixth form and stuff, or college.
Yeah. And you might just turn around and really dislike the A levels that you did, and then you're stuck with some degree that you don't want to do.
So how did you find the actual process of, did you like know much about clearing before you did it? Had your school talked about it? And like, how did you find actually calling the uni and speaking to people?
Do you know what? I didn't get told anything about it. It was made out to be like so scary, like
a really bad
thing. Yeah, you get on the phone and you've got you've got to wait for like a whole 5 days to find out if you got a space or not. Literally, when I had the number saved onto my phone, because I had thought about it a few days in advance, literally rang them at about 10. I think I got my result 9-10 o'clock in the morning. Rang them, got onto the phone line straight away, spoke to one of the advisors. They passed me through onto the course module leader, and it was so easy. Everyone was so nice. No stress at all. I found out within 10-15 minutes if I got a space or not.
Yeah.
And they got an email to me literally within half an hour confirming my place. So it was literally just no stress at all. And I don't think I've spoken to anyone who's actually had a stressful experience going through clearing. So I don't know where the stigma of it's like some awful thing comes from, because honestly there's nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's a weird one.
I feel like people think it could be really stressful because that's that kind of period of uncertainty. You don't know whether you are going to get on or not. But I suppose what I didn't know about clearing was that the phone lines are all managed obviously by students, and I think that gives you a really like empathetic advisor. Like all the students that sit in there some of them have been in that situation and some of them haven't. But even the ones that haven't, like me, when I've done the clearing hotlines, I've been in the mindset of this person could potentially be really upset if they've like not met their grades or something. So all the advisors kind of sitting there kind of ready to emotionally support if needed and just make the experience not stressful, because if I was in that position, I would want it to be really easy. So yeah, I'm not sure where, like you said, that negative stigma has come from, because it is really a good experience for most people anyway. There probably are people that may have had a stressful experience.
I think maybe you might have a stressful experience if you got quite a lot lower grades than you expected and you were stressed out anyway and you didn't get in. I imagine if I hadn't have got into my first person, Hearts was the only one I thought to call on clearing. If I wouldn't have got in when I rang them, I can imagine that was stressful. That would be stressful. Yeah. But obviously didn't really have that issue myself. I imagine this year with obviously the results and things being different and not having proper exams and everything like that, it's going to obviously be massively different. But yeah, everyone knows, working on the hotlines like we are, you're going to know, you get training for it, you know what situation people are in and all things like that.
Yeah.
I think a good point to make would be that when you get to uni, no one cares if you go through clearing or not. Because I remember reading and everyone was like, oh, if you go through clearing, everyone's going to know you've gone through clearing, you didn't get in with your grades.
No one has any idea.
No one cares like how you got in, if you went and did BTECs or you did an A-level, or you're older or you're younger, or you did clearing or not. Like there's nothing like it at all when you get there. I think like 3 of my friends did clearing. So it's not like it's a big thing at all for me and my friends it personally isn't anyway.
Yeah, because it's not something that you would get asked by people on your course, like why is it even important? Like, it doesn't even cross people's minds. Everyone just thinks fab, you're starting a new course, kind of like let's just get on with it sort of thing. Like it doesn't even cross people's minds how people have made it there.
Yeah, and I don't feel like, maybe it's different at different unis, but I know at Hearts especially, no one cares how you got into the course. Like there's no like competition of, when you're in uni, no one ever asks what your A-level grades are. No one cares what your A-level grades were. You've moved past A-level, so as long as you get in, my dad always uses the quote, it's a means to an end. So like once you're in, doing is just a means for you to get onto the next stage. So as long as you're at the next stage, why does it make any difference how you got there in the first place? Yeah, everyone's path's going to be different anyway.
Yeah. Uni, obviously, from my experience, it's such a judgment-free place. Like,
so
no one cares. Like, everyone's there to have a good time, have a good experience, and just get on with the course that they want to do.
I definitely think because at uni you've chosen, like you're paying for the course, you want to do the course, you've like wrote the whole personal statement to get onto the course. If people turn up and are rude, it's like, why are you even there? Like there's a majority of people that are nice, even if there were a few. There's a couple of people on my course that aren't probably like the greatest.
Yeah.
But everyone else recognises they're the same. Like people don't like want to be around people that aren't nice. So it's different, I think, from at school. You've not got like the whole like nasty group of people.
Well.
Yeah, everyone's an adult at the end of the day. Like you join uni as an adult, so you're not like, you should get out of a childish mindset as soon as you get there.
So is there anything else that you would, if you were looking back at it now, that you would say to someone who's potentially who was in your position about changing their mind, like not wanting to move home, or just anything really that you would want to tell people?
I think that if you're looking for a uni to change to on clearing, definitely look at what kind of course modules they do, if it's an accredited course or not, if you need to do a placement. I know for my course, I hadn't considered some of the unis I applied to in the first instance didn't actually offer like accreditation for the course I'm going, like the course pathway I'm going through. So it would have been really pointless me going to one of the unis that I did originally apply to if they're not accredited. So I know that a lot of people in my student ambassador job, you get to like the next year's worth of open days, and first years will come to an open day and say, I'm looking to change uni because I didn't actually look in the first instance and realise they don't teach this certain module I like. So people get so like stuck in with the whole like maybe what uni it is, what the course is called, what the sports facilities are like, but not actually what the course itself entails, which is so important. So yeah, I think
that's what you're paying a lot of money for. But
yeah, if you're looking at different unis during clearing to apply to, choose it based on the actual course, not what the uni itself, the prestige of it or what it's like and things like that, because at the end of the day you'll do better in a place that teaches well rather than a place that's got really lovely tennis courts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
Like a hockey pitch or a swimming pool. Like I've literally used a swimming pool at uni once. Like that is a lovely Olympic sized swimming pool, but if you don't swim, what's the point? Like you get so stuck in this like facilities thing.
Yeah.
Obviously your teaching facilities are important, but everything else around it is really like superficial compared to the actual important part.
Yeah. So I'd just like to say thank you to Annie for her time and advice, and I hope you found it useful.